January 2nd has become Mbaise Policy Roundtable, MPR's day, just as 28th of December is Onyonyo Mbaise Day, and of course 15th of August, Onyonyo Mbaise Day. Every 2nd of January, Mbaise Policy Roundtable, MPR for short, hosts her annual Global Summit, and each edition carries a different theme, all bordering on the progress and betterment of Mbaise people. The 2022 edition focuses on agriculture as a strategic pathway to youth empowerment and mitigation of insecurity in rural communities, a case study of Mbaise Nation. What a powerful, thoughtful and relevant theme, evident of the caliber of intellectuals that make up the MPR organization. Talk of scholars in the rank of vice chancellors, professors, doctors, not to mention technocrats, business moguls, entrepreneurs, illustrious, and distinguished sons, daughters of Mbaise Nation, home and abroad. The annual Global Summit attracts these stakeholders and who is who in Mbaise, as well as dignitaries from near and afield. The event usually takes place at Chris 6 Hotel, Ikehara Junction, Narambia, Owerri Umuahia Road, Ahazun Mbaise local government area of Imo State. Guest speakers include Prof. Lady Viola Onwuliri, a two-time former minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. She is also the mother of the day. Barrister Cyril Anyanwu, the President General of Onyonyo Mbaise. Prof. Uzodinma Tinwala, our own sport Amazon and Olympic gold medalist. Dr. Chioma Junwapara, the former Vice Chancellor of Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Prof. Joseph Ahanego. As the chairman of the occasion, Prof. Edward Oparoji, the MPR's moderator, or should I say, General Director. And of course, the special guest of honor, His Excellency, Right Honorable Emeka Ihedioha. The event started with the Director of Programs, Chief Dr. Jude Iheoma's opening remarks and recognition of guests.
Dr. Nick Woda, Naga Bikokelekwe. As soon as I the Director of Education, Chief Austin Omubiko, our political director, Ichie Nasi Dioka Nopanga. I did recognize that good because Emma almost said the guy that he was a one organization. Unudanye Ben, Onyonyo Mbaise, Dr. Mrs. Ihoma, Ọnwa Yekalaka na MPR, Mbaise very COVID. Ono ka ahụ ya na vidiyo o jiri kụziere n'otu enwere ike iji mee mask a ga-ewere ha produce our brother who will talk to the youths about Mburumini, Master Basaraman Jayo.
To come this corner, the market is up to make one account. Yeah, that one. I will Mbaise. Mbaise je kuna kote. Au nezo. Mbaise je bida yoku. Mbaise je bida yoku. Aye mo kachapanda na wa. Anye kachapanda bre. Au nezi. Aye jaka emere radio Mbaise, the first radio African produced. Onyonyo Mbaise, rest in perfect peace. Good day, I was a member and director of that radio program. That's how I where our jingle. Radio Mbaise on air, so hurry to get our frequency. Graduate of all that you know has in a 49 meter band. This is the station of great event of Radio Mbaise short wave. Can we clap my soul? Nigeria, who have been seen in internet, who have not seen in the face to face. Mr. Cabinet Speaker is here representing Dr. John Kennedy, You know, our son, John Kennedy, has a very big farm and is producing food for this country. Thank you very much, sir. And our brother, Mbaise, son of the soil, very important, sports loving, surrounded by sports, in the person of Ken Onyonyo, to come and give us that talk. Can we clap for him? Because further introductions will continue. Thank you very much.
In a way of maximizing the benefits of the program, a first section of the summit was dedicated to the issues of hard drugs and substance abuse, in line with the organization's ongoing campaign against mkpụrụ and substance abuse. Kennedy Onyonyo and the NDLA representative did justice to it.
Give back on our street, a lot of things men are street. About 2-3 years back, everybody that connected now naked in South Africa. Mapu Agrebeka in South Africa. Say he did it very careful. Did it very, very careful because that South Africa one day, who do believe we saw the many? And you went a man, Onyonyo also also. Ngahi bachara here. Ndeke umatu ha we never avoid that place. Dido Zulu Oga Boga na police headquarters and none said now come. Say South Africa not get because there is no way I could help at that moment. He would go just over and it became so bad that a product and they rate 20,000, which is 1,000 naira. So it became very cheap. Umakabia, we do their own local way of production. We let their own local way of production. I buy a boy in the around. Yamagila, you ready to room again, then Yamagiti, no longer before Jabba, I have again. We do their own way of manufacturing. When they really hang on. Oh, who might hang on? Okay, the guy will have a bottle of water. And he's on the parade. Gabi go, Umunemu. Oh, no, I'm not about Lebe. Gamu la Casera, Hapra la Casera. Joe will live on the la Casera. He got his record on houses to your wife. Give for the DJs on it. He gave him on the Maya. It now became very expensive. It just is not what I was 10 naira. 50 naira out to come. How would it buy that joint about law? In which I said he never got down he get a very small down here. Now MPR, I take a lot of measures to stop this issue. MPR from Kennedy. This battle, I may have Yami. Yama have your baby, I give a Gila Lili. Melayo will be very risky one. But the truth is this. We don't want your own. And the baby guy begged the man. I am we carried out a daring raid somewhere in Bomuni about 3 weeks back. That raid was carried out by the Nigerian Enforcement Agency, the Civil Defense and the Nigerian Air Force. We are ready because after the to change. I know that distance a bit. How they go in that distance? Catching the goes now. Jesus Christ, why?
Mandi reggae, Mandi Nirurem, Mandi Kegen Niwe, Kegen Machine, Mandi Mugena Moto, honey in our fish here. Because if we control like this, you but I know the Lord will show mercy and help us in the name of Jesus. Here was a drug. I didn't impress, they will tell you a lot because very many times I Mota, Luno, Ukuta, Mkwere, Mbano, name it. I now know a ball I now know because the thing is getting out of hand. My heart, please. I'm going to onye na-akwe ebo kanye amume hitavuvu. Ena kwa ya si onye mu onyomu jelayu joya juju doyoto. So we're going to use the lecture we're going to receive today. It's going to be a kind of trendy trainer. When you get home, ge kara hasi lekweha awaranita. Lekweha kujiranita. So that Yawu otu onye branga wa kind of mad is saying or weary. Another person one before you know it, the message will circulate and it will eventually get to the root. You're one of the targeted people that are missing here today. May the Lord help us in the name of Jesus. Permit me to go straight to my lecture today. Oh, so that Mana Tapia, Na Igbo, or the Chinese, I got on Bekana. Yeah, it's so Christ. The Mapa, Umbega, so as a suke, Manot all the time. We are going to do it the way everybody will benefit. And one more time. So I said the use of various substances by man dates back to the early beginning of man's existence. Today the human race is under drug storage. At very early life, people find it fashionable to inhale, smoke, inject themselves with substances like tobacco, marijuana, alcohol, cocaine, heroin, and recently cow or meth, amphetamine, crystal meth, okay, where's the Western Lubua? Mamma Kelopera, Ella Lua, Mobarella Lu, Nigerians, because the rest is Shangovia, Naya Sikamparala. A ditchama for some time. We'll walk on 18, Hedge Catale. Ele him see Eme, Ele Gamsa or there. Elayama name. Mass when empty room, when it keep vacates, most things in the because here, Burumene Agri, Jobu, where immediate antidote, Tigasi, Onyeke, or Nieke, or Adria. And for me to call the doctor now with us, it will not go for hearing. Can the mother cough out 15 to 25,000 to pull the doctor that work with us that night? Care when they offer the anabwe or a woman by the Ebayo Wadria Masiha Gala vacate and one room. Make sure you marry a hand on a guy, but sharing in me was no to water on our body, the man office. I am a tip and guy tip and epi. It is that bad. Here, Meguba, all in the last 5 years, it will get a take Marco, typhoid, any in our belagger. But this is real. Oh, when I can see okay, comparative let me know, compare got 18 years, got 16 years, got Paranano, call up Paranano, what's her age the Borohanini, but I have an office. Because Ndemoha Amaha Yanem, I won't a I won't buy I when you have your justice, I won't have a solution. In your neighbors, I would kind of marinere, emaranere. They are not spirits. Mama, my torment, my round, meanwhile, if but here. I will have the best. The best option will import na rehabilitation. All my brother private rehab homes. Unu when keep watching at least I put amara the root cause of why he started abusing drugs. Very, very well now. Most I said in my way, and when I have them recently, I'm on my own out to 12 where they came. Massive people come and talk to them. They, you were once like them. He doesn't get ashamed. I'm not there. Sana hele kwe osiade. Mchita foti ya kuyabra ngaji. Machi shafoto because on our way back, I missed it. Ochi para. God they don't eat. So even on one place I feed the when they are going back, in fact, how has I shall I became? They marry. So another component of it is lithium can battery. In a car battery. Another one is red phosphorus from fireworks or matches, head and matches. Another one is phosphoric acid. You can get this one in toilets, kind of big toilets and all that. Another one is hydrochloric acid. And then they make chemistry, they will tell you that acid, you don't play with it in the chemistry. It will deform you. If it enters your mouth, it may kill. So these are part of the components. But these are what our own brothers and sisters know. When go home today, try and know your children companion. And if you know how to help them, take them to rehabilitation facility, please do. Report them to agencies that will come and apprehend them and maybe prostitution behind jail behind a latala. Maybe yes, I'm a good judge now. And I have less than 7, 10, 15 years. The social effect, the psychological effect.
Madam, I'm doing one. Apart from this lecture that's going to happen, and when any program, and when you go to Tinia, then you put Tinia like this. Because you do not know that. Age like this, have a proposal, and the second is that the enforcement agencies, the GCI raise revenue. Even if you report somebody tomorrow, say, oh, they made it like this. Yeah, but I give him a problem. So when any structure moves to your ground to make sure that then I report the same they will.
I think it's different to that. A team NDLA were not that corrupt, not corrupt. We have limit commanders when listening ears. You wait here to the appropriate people in charge to be handled accordingly, the way you would like it. And your second question, I'm almost the other day, I was highly impressed. Otunasha, Batagara, Muneha, Ose, Maka, they fixed them, they didn't have employment. One of the participants, Onye Brothers in the area, contract, it did not service all the boreholes in that area. And very many of them came out to testify that they've been employed by the organizers of that program. So we too can follow suit. Only one opportunity in 1 year called the employed. Please do it. Just like I am standing here talking, if there are no time for you to come and write and bring, I'll only go to our social diary, book my movement and form my commander. This is who I'm going to talk today.
Nabuko is by name. I'm so happy for this program. I'm so impressed. First of all, always talk about now. I make provision at this country. Now, you know, when they get the government in you get a relate. Okay, you react. Now, but always talk behavior how but the government now, you get a relate. I can't do media. I know.
The federal government is just like I'm standing here today talking, appealing to all of us not to get yourself involved. And let us not leave it only for the federal government, just like our brother creates job opportunities, they remember their brothers and sisters, they fix them in. At least when you were able to cushion that effect, now it will help, it will go a long way.
The second section dealt thoroughly on the main theme of the day, agriculture, a strategic pathway to youth empowerment and mitigation of insecurity in rural communities, a case study of Mbaise Nation. Of course, the speakers and guests approached the subject matter from their own perspectives.
Mbaise Policy Roundtable. Our dear Henry Jabia Senior, Kaji Udundegra and MSS, Senior Professor Edi Oporoji, and the Mbaise Policy Roundtable, United States, and other nations around the globe, and those in Nigeria. Our very revered and esteemed speakers, the owner and the great supporter of Mbaise Policy Roundtable, Sir Desaba Ekanyahu, Ndini Leshire Shishi, n'ọdịnala Igbo ma na chọọchị n'ụdị dị aha, ndị nne, ndị nna, ndị ụmụ okorobịa, ndị ụmụ agbọghọbịa. Ekelele m unu. Udo dịkwara unu. Let me start by thanking and very profusely appreciating Mbaise Policy Roundtable, United States, Nigeria, and the global body. We have the first time and I gathered here for the good development and progress of our nation. This time, Papa, you could bear an maybe.
I begin na mwana mwanso enyemaka anyị dị n'aha ndị nwe n'anyị Chineke na onye ezi omume n'ụbọchị taa bụ abalị nke abụọ n'ọnwa Jenụwarị n'afọ ọhụụ nke 2022 anyị agbakọọla n'ụbọchị taa inwe ndule ihe gbasara ịkọ ugbo n'ala anyị na isite n'ime ihe nyere ndị na-eto eto aka ka ha nwee ike bara onwe ha uru ka ha bara obodo uru. Anyị na-akpọ gị ka ị bịa nọnyere anyị n'ụbọchị taa ka nkụzi niile a ga-akụziri anyị echiche ọma niile anyị ga-eche n'ụbọchị nke taa bụrụ nke ga-enyere anyị aka n'obodo anyị bụ Mbaise.
And I make a donor for devoting this quality time, this period, busy period. I got Christmas, I have a challenge. Every day, even time, even by Christmas, you know, they made the church. The time we have to be here for the sake of Mbaise and to deepen our business. As in the business, oh God, what I for her, they was running, oh my God, in mankind. So, ye wanyanya, Nandi will try to mature. She like it in Nagozi, Nagozi at Matua Pama. At Madonna, they go here, Ginyaka. As in them percent, you were the great kind. Onyonyo Mbaise drove me. Onyonyo Mbaise, every case, you channel, you know who we got. Chineke get Branaga, okay, the bregaga, but Gitiaga, Maro Vegaga, Macachineke get on sign no one. Oh, we have Baka Pau Guru. Idiamo. Ida wala ota igi you wana manyimaka na hekeba ida from the aina branya. So I make it no wala. Oto cheke yurani duwadani maka emume. Ika sifuo ife bebere ihawo ikembo. Nke anobu obu agba nke abụọ ya a na-eme ebe a and nke a na-ekwu okwu okwu abụ n'ọnụ okwu abụ n'ọnụ depending otu a ga-eji mee ndị na-enweghị ihu anụ ahụ were ihu anụ ahụ olee ebe a ga-eji mee ndị mmadụ amaka ha ga-ahụ iji tinye aka ihe ọbụla ha bụ akpa nsogbu n'obodo wee laa. Anyị kelere ndị dị n'anya okwu maka ịnwe ọkụ ike. Anyị hụrụ na ha ndị dị ahụ ndị a na-agwa okwu. Otu nwoke Anambra sị onye a na-agwa okwu ọ nụkwa na a na-etinye ego ọnụ na-egbuo adịghị onye ahụ na-echighị n'ama obodo ihe chọọchị si ba nke ụwa ọjọọ amaala si nke ba nke ụwa ọjọọ ndị peer group asị ba nke ụwa ọjọọ gama na na-ehiburili ha ọjọọ Metem ga. Ihe raro. Ma agreement hojo. Ya uru mo na Sion. Mo group ọwụrụ nọ ndị otie ndị dịrị agụ ahụ ọjọọ oge keni ya nekaja kene na nagbalị ahụ maka na ndị group ye ejimesi ye condemn onye the feeling will be very very deep.
Traditional Prime Minister of Old, we are having to stand up. Let us welcome our illustrious son, Honorable His Excellency, Honorable Onyonyo. Your Excellency, Right Honorable Onyonyo. You're highly welcome, sir. You're highly welcome, sir. We also welcome Sir Maswell Nnawihe, PDP Chairman, Abomisi Local Government. You're welcome. We can get seated, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Okay. We also welcome Engineer Sokoro. I welcome you sincerely.
For you to give 10,000, 20,000 to somebody that has already prepared a place where he wants to rear the fish, than somebody coming to you without anything, you see him sagging and he come and he say, I need 50,000, I need 100,000. They can't even ask you for a little money. That means they don't want to do something. When you give them that 50 or 100,000, they will go and use it for something else. So if you see somebody rearing fish, before you know it, that person will start changing clothes because money has started coming. Fish rearing is a very big money. One of my colleagues in the office is my junior anyway. She has 4 drums where she's rearing this fish. That she makes 2.8 million for one. Calculate when she sells the 5. It's a big money. When you go into chicken, you get, say, 1,000 or even 500. Maybe some might die, but the one that will remain, by the time you start selling it, you will be surprised and say, is this what people are getting? And you'll be wasting your time. That's what you ask yourself. So agriculture these days is a very big deal. I want to give, like our mothers that seated here, the ogo we are talking about, the pepper that is so sad, is something that you can do within your backyard. But technically these days, you have to shift a little bit from the olden days. We don't cultivate ugu or pepper, you start, using water on it every morning or night. But this time around, you have to do that so that you can get the best out of it. By the time you do that, in the next 2-3 months, the money you will make out of it, today when you go to market, and I say 200 200 naira. I want to ask you. 200 naira. Get you out of 500. So why are we wasting our time? There are a lot to do. And any community that does not manage their youth well, you will be ready to receive failure. Our youth must be managed, honest, and utilized. But it's quite unfortunate that whenever you want to help them, they will never come. And when even Brother Kennedy, he brought his man here today to come and teach us. But when they see him tomorrow, they want to start begging him money. But he has come to come and teach them how to fish. But the best, what they want is for somebody to dash them fish. I don't think it's the best. In anywhere I go, I use myself as a case study. I am here today, part of this, even being a guest speaker, because of whom I am. If I did not package myself very well, I wouldn't have been able to be invited. That is the truth. Many of you here know me very well. You know my family. I had so many boys and girls who were in the same school together. The only thing I can say that probably they are better than me is because they have grown-up children than my own kids. Otherwise, they are not in any way better. Because they allowed frustration to chase them into early marriage without preparing their future. But myself, I had that big shock of second. I never allowed situation to dictate my pace. I never allowed condition to tell me where to go. I still persevered, I endured, and I decided to choose sports.
Dr. Chioma Ajunwapara was passionate in her presentation as she recounted her life experience while admonishing the youths, especially the ladies, to stay focused and true to their dreams instead of just thinking or hastening into marriage.
Mr. Chairman, our very patriotic son, Professor Ahane, the President General of our communities, Mbaise Policy Onyonyo Mbaise Roundtable, a senior brother, Professor Paroji, our darling sister, the golden girl, Onyonyo Again, master our favor, but when the police are at the favor, manager will. I'm going to do that. Our sister, Chioma Ajunwapara. I come and win Olympic gold medal. But my Olympic gold medal, how good you say both handed. All the same thing. She's at the same level with you saying, get it. And I'm not know. Engineer here is the Nigerian flag. Because Kuwana. is a champion in her own rights. Our respected traditional rulers, Ndenze, Ndozo, Nde Chief, Nde Mwala Mbaise, Nde Ghana Prof Ugo Norona Mbaise Policy Roundtable. Umu okorobịa na ụmụ agbọghọbịa, ndewo. Initiative and your leadership is focused on empowering Mbaise people. By doing this, we continue to expand the business and political frontiers of our homeland. I commend the executive program leaders and members of Mbaise Policy Roundtable for your dedication to our cause. And I commend our Apex organization, Onyonyo Mbaise, for accepting this roundtable in our curriculum as partners. As in the Onyonyo Mbaise, I got a headache as if the policy roundtable and opposition group. This summit could not have been better timed. The theme, which captures 4 critical elements of contemporary life in Mbaise, namely agriculture, youth employment, economic prosperity, and security, is very apt. Mr. Chairman, given the relevance of each of the 4 thematic areas highlighted above to our collective well-being and economic renaissance of Mbaise nation, we cannot afford to reduce this summit to a mere workshop. While a strictly academic exercise may assuage and indeed massage the ego of the elite, it will add no real value to the lives of ordinary Mbaise people, most of whom are in desperate search for viable economic and investment models that will improve their lot. The success of this year's summit will therefore be measured not by the loudness of applause to the presentations, by the array of accomplished professionals we have assembled here today, but the real deliverables, which should include the quality of actionable templates we develop to engage in the youth. It will be measured by how economically impactful these activities will be in boosting security, agro-business, and general economic growth going forward. From an official population of 304,338 in 1991 census, our 3 local government areas, namely Abo, Ahazma, and Desnik, they now have a combined population projected at over 1 million, who live in our limited land area measured only 404 square kilometers. Oh yeah, I go vote. Vote in Yadeka, Bombardona, Hiroshima. I go Haneti, Ololo, on the man go on the man have to vote in the guy. We are densely populated. We are a very enlightened people. We are very educated people. And I am an job. The resulting population density of over 2,475 persons per square kilometer is far in excess of 1,400, which is the average for Imo State. Average Imo State is 1,400, and Imo is one of the most densely populated states in the country. 2,475 persons per square meter, almost 2 times. This is far-reaching and it has its implications. Plans to reposition agriculture in Mbaise for rapid and sustainable growth must therefore frontally address some fundamental challenges that often discourage many prospective investors. These include limited arable land. 2, most of our communities, with the exception of Amoma, Ife, Udo, Opis, Amozo, and Ovo, and a few others that are blessed with the tributaries of Imo River,
are without rivers and streams necessary for irrigation and year-round agricultural production. 3. Overcultivation, poor conservation, and ravaging floods have resulted in rapid decline in soil fertility and subsequently low farm productivity. And that has land tenure or inheritance system still encourage land fragmentation for commercial production. Kemgbe in December, and other communities. Or they may bad. Akoke na afọ the megene God. Anye nwa ala dia ngagiko ugo is a very major impediment to agricultural development. Giwuro ni umene mde gobala mohaje bema ala woro barasara. Given their relatively low capacity, our farmers are price takers who can hardly adjust speedily to annual fluctuations in both commodity production and seasonal prices. The cost of higher labor is disproportionately higher in most parts of Mbaise, forcing commercial farmers and farms and other projects to source most of their seasonal workforce for neighboring local government areas, even from other states. Mr. Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Your Highnesses, for too long, Mbaise people have viewed agriculture through the prism of subsistence farming, its associated risks, crude implications, and poor yields. While the rest of humanity moved on with various evolutionary discoveries to enhance the productivity and income of the average farmer, have we not argued amongst ourselves whether fertilizers destroy the texture of our soil, whether to plant palm seedlings from Malaysia, Costa Rica, or Nigeria's NIFO? Have we not remained undecided on whether to cut down or retain the wild and aged palm trees that litter our entire land? For too long, our farming has revolved largely around the food preferences of our immediate families and local markets, unconsciously stunting the entrepreneurial drive of our farmers and denying them reasonable incomes and profits that result from rapid urbanization, rising income, and an explosion in the demand by urban dwellers for a variety of agricultural products. Mr. Chairman, haven't we for too long depended on other geographical zones for staple foods such as beans, rice, Irish potato, onions, cabbage, Cameroon pepper, ginger, which are actually produce? In an age where the world has achieved reasonable stability in food production, have we not continued to use shortage of arable land as an alibi? Participation of Mbaise youths in agriculture. It is heartwarming that over 75% of Nigeria's population, which of course includes Mbaise, is under the age of 35. We must harness the potentials of these demographic assets. Mbaise youths are likely very adventurous, innovative, and tech-savvy. They are responsive to the opportunities offered by our digital economy as they optimize various electronic gadgets at their disposal to build credible network, access valuable information real time, make and receive payments, and transact business quickly. We must quickly introduce them to the use of high-quality seeds, fertilizers, crops, and livestock protection products, education facilities, in addition to environmental reconditioning and biosecurity strategies and good management. Pioneering, we set up a technical transition committee, and agriculture was the major subcommittee. The reports captured the gaps in agricultural value chains and revealed the extent of decay. It might surprise you to know that it was self-sufficient in only one agricultural product, which is palm oil. All other products, a whooping 75%, are sourced from outside the state. In the case of rice, we are about 95% efficient. But we found out that rice can grow now more. But what are we doing as a state? rice, was back in the rice is now. I'm happy to say that today, those women who took in and trade, I can make a rice. They probably yet got to the level because there's a lot of government that have done for them. We have to provide them road infrastructure and other things. We set up a formal team with 2 business sons in our team. Within our first 100 days, we had secured assistance from other internationally reputed experts in agriculture to digest our report and develop the Imo State Agricultural Roadmap document. The document highlighted with details the steps that should be taken, including investments that we must make as a state. We had begun to discuss with communities. Then we came here profitable markets, especially under the Anchor Borrowers Program of the Central Bank of Nigeria. Happily, many of the youths have kept our vision alive, practicing agriculture within the limits of their personal resources. The current level of unemployment among the youth in our land of Mbaise and across the state has driven many of them out of town, and some of them into crime, which is most unfortunate. A number of them into gang drug. You don't have time for drug. If you are gainfully employed, you won't be doing drugs. Why do you not have a stadium? Sign a stadium in each of the 7 local government areas. Then I go and say, "Oh, head the stadium, that about the richest people in the world on the bar football and the boss. The John Messi and Ronaldo, they go ahead, and I will have abundant talents. So what we thought was that I develop a stadium in every local government area. And so we asked the Sports Commission to develop a program where they will be going from you were now team up there, where they were to go from local government to local government to hunt for talent. I run stadium, I team football field, I team handball, I team basketball, I team lawn tennis, team swimming pool. Make no badminton, got all of this. You must find something that will attract you, that will take your time. And the Sports Council was to engage people in every local government area for the purpose of this talent hunt. Today, at the fly, what has happened to those projects we started? What is going on with the money? It's going to be local government. So have you asked what is happening to your resources? The Press Secretary has a 28-room office capacity. Madam, a 28-room office capacity. There's only a a job one hundred on gross, give me a kind. A begana chicken and Hannah, I will get a government. The government. Almost says the only Ajib Awash. You must rule by the will of your what? Or Hannah is an appointment. You must leave root and door. All of them are job for the mind. I will let no mind and do not ask them to share. All you have to mind where the news is. Oh, no, as a lot of people. Another one. I am on a stadium. I'm the minister of my hand. I am the secretariat. Prof, we finished that secretariat in 5 months. Abape Guy has over 400 sitting capacity hall. 400. Away and upper floor. That's 650 executive people. A chairman. Office chairman, 28 number offices. So that when I get there, I say, wait, I did local government because I was not stealing local government funds. You will see where the money was going to. After that, I am secretariat. I am stadium. The boss I did And then my work contract, 2 contracts from Aba branch to Ahena Junction, first phase. Second one was to group mistakes, and I did it. When they drove me away, they told me it was making it. I don't want to go. Well, they actually don't go to and that's why we have a lot of attitude people on hand. President General, the president in the book. I put my father can go away. It's mine and I can I can meet Dana, they brought down. And I will school guide. I believe that the current level of unemployment among the youths in December across the states, or the terror, or the young people. Most of our youth today are better educated than their parents and are more responsive to the opportunities of our digital economy as they optimize various electronic gadgets. Then make the phone in there happier, wow, Let me research. How do you do groundnut farming? How much can I phone? Do you agree with me? So we should encourage them to do more research. How many research? How about how many? It's okay. And let me go research. That man, the guy. I'll tell you the truth. One guy can make somebody sustainable. That boy, okay. But I go, only one plantation of 40 pounds is a richness. 40. How do you do school? If you invest, so what has happened to those plantations today? The price of oil is going. Why your money? Yeah, right. Because palm oil is a necessity. Hey, General, Mona, when I let go, my small and who are also the matter. But they give it, they will share my shop, give me all my money, and it is closed. But many of us don't have time to engage in what we can. Nigeria, agriculture sector is still growing, even in our slow performing economy. Between July and September 2021, agriculture alone contributed almost 30% of Nigeria's GDP, up from 23.78% in the first and second quarter of 2021. According to Statista.com. Moreover, agriculture still provides livelihood to more Nigerians than any other sector. It has the capacity to absorb more entrepreneurs. When I want to have so agriculture is no more booming there. Can't we take advantage? Every month, we get more retail line. Give an American humorist and businessman, Arnold Glass, once opined that one of the tests of leadership is the ability to recognize a problem before it becomes an emergency. Let me recall the assertion by Dr. John Maxwell. Everything rises and falls on leadership. Everything. Leadership gives you responsibility which you must accept. That leadership today will hold the number. That I will also, when I'm number at this economical high. Christmas eyes on number 350,000. That's what 400,000. I want to 450,000. They can have a number up to last year. Guess what number 18? 18. The 200. It is what I pay. And I'm within a space of 1 year, it has gone up. So what lessons have we learned? What advantage are we taking? President, if I had him, This is do. Again, no mega change here. Magina na ikabula. But then with 2007, maybe was wow. Ebe mufala manazo na do ogo. But people not gonna adapt. But after a while, it started picking up. It takes a gestation period of about 4 or 5 years to maybe about 3 years on Ahugo. Because those people they get fertilizer. Now we are money and make sure labor force that day a bit high. I can tell you that I'm beginning to make some profits from that investment. It's painstaking, and I would advise every one of you get involved in something. Just pick an item, and God said, "This is what I think I can do." Even when Allah didn't make it, for example, 100, 200, 300, 400,000. Unfortunately for us, Allah is very expensive than Mbaise. So guess what? Like a palm plantation. Before you had a gestation period, 4 or 5 years, when you imagine going back, I heard that GL. So that is not very wonderful. All disadvantage we have. So I think we should research more into what we can do. We are in faster yields. Getting little investments, the money comes in, has to move. I want to conclude by saying that the African Development Bank have predicted that African agribusiness will experience exponential growth by 2030, which is just 8 years away, reaching a volume of $1 trillion. So this summit offers us, as today's leaders and entrepreneurs, intellectuals who are assembled here under the auspices of Mbaise Policy Roundtable, a unique opportunity to strengthen Pulawa. When I was chief whip of the House of Reps and Deputy Speaker, chief whip and the law Ahana Joshua. As chief whip, come on this Ahana Giaga. Oh, by the Lord, this Ahana Joshua. As chief whip, come the laws of Amis Yama Garad from Bogu Junction, Yama as chief whip, come the laws of chief from Epicosta Papa from Onyonyo Mbaise straight to Tabo. All the governments on there, those roads are still solid. As Deputy Speaker, I began the selling road, 59 kilometers, and around 16 kilometers. I was going to complete as well. As Chief Whip of the House of Reps, I got the federal government to put in a project of 35 kilometers from over to the federal government award at the cost of 3.5 billion. Tell them what else have they done? Because I know what to do. My word has always been mine.
His Excellency Right Honorable Emeka Dua, in his keynote address, called for an improved agricultural system in Mbaise while stressing the fact that Mbaise people, especially the youth, are industrious and that the program offers them the opportunity to reposition themselves in agribusiness.
Excellency Madam Mbaise, the Minister of Education, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, our sister, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm Professor Onyonyo Mbaise. Somewhere. In my lifetime, not the Egypt. As I'm talking to you now, Agora Bromania, Victor Balewe here. My son gara foto. Okay, anyway, COVID. You know what I know from morning till night. One would say that the man, yes, he had a lot tired of staying at home. See, chocolate making a graph yes, a chocolate making, yes, anything agriculture. And in the process, mitigation you do allow. Only on a final year agriculture. Agade Victor Balewe, Eresia, plantain and banana, 128 stands. Ele Ala Maya with banana and plantain. No get COVID. As I'm talking to you, Omegi Uchibron Tosu, Omechana Gawanake, Omegi Chibron Tosu, Wim Nana Haganga, Ebude, banana, na plantain, Ganere. Here we hear a final year student in our Federal University of Technology over there. Or we in Korea, or we in Korea, or a student Korea. I am not going to waste your time. Maybe repeat here because statistics is statistics. I'm not going to change it. It's in the youth. Agriculture is the answer. Owoge made the area now here in somewhere the whole 404 square kilometers. And the Owoge when it changed in there and it came back, he said, came back from he said, 1941, the same area, I did the consequently, he changed our population. Population already in 1963, 112,411 people. And your population when the Catholic, when the census by a Catholic diocese, when they have made census, now they said, I got to say our population is only 476,000 people. What I gave the census now 2006, we send on 532 people. 532,207. 1991 census. One of the other men, you can say the number improved by 2,476. That means the land space, whereas the land space is constant, the population is multiplying. And therefore, if the youth, the area, agent, she the present agricultural system, all we can see, I think it is very consequently, apart from the land problem, the youth, they say, yeah, go the agriculture, and when resource like it alone, and when I'm being in a hacker, he will be able to have. So problem, apart from the land problem, that of financing. So the problem, therefore, is that the problem, I think it is related. If what they agriculture, would question. What is the solution? I say agriculture. There were so many innovations. Would it when it came ndị youth are there interested in agriculture. Ọwụghịkwa ka Igbo na ọgụ na mma jee mụ ichekwu ya ọwa ajapụ adịghị onye youth ka ikwere adịghị onye youth nwere isi afọ ndụ ka ịgwa na nwaanyị eziokwu ka kwere ekwe. Yes, adịghị onye youth ka ekwe si ya were mma na ọgụ banye n'ime ọrụ nke. But there were so many innovations. His Excellency program in the area of ICT. Every day, every time I open my way, I don't have a phone. Money data, Monday at the church, money more local, I don't have a phone. I don't know the phone, and the areas are our ICT, information and communication technology. The main area and to follow up the application on use in agriculture and development. There are so many opportunities. As a youth, even if also he get selling information. No, thank you.
Let's see why. Thank you. People on the part I saw that you go now to go straight to the keynote speaker. On page 17 of your brochure, on a vehicle profile, I say, need him, so I'm going to call his representative to make his presentation immediately. And after his presentation, Onyonyo is speaking, should speak for 5 minutes. People Onyonyo who is speaking, our speakers, please look at me. Thank you very much. The presentation should start now. Thank you.
My name is Kanye Dike. I'm representing my boss, Professor John Kennedy Opara. I work with CSS Farms. CSS Farm is one of the largest, if not the fastest growing farm in the whole of West Africa. When His Excellency, Right Honorable Rebecca Hedon was talking, we are all there when he sent in well over 650 youths from Imo State to come to CSM Walid Isaac International Skill Acquisition Center to come and learn agribusiness, leadership, agribusiness and entrepreneurship. And over time, we taught them the basics of agriculture. Agriculture has moved from the subsistence farming that we know to a more modernized way of farming. And it is not how much you have farmed, it is not how hard you can work, but it's just being strategic in your work. I don't know how much time I have, whether I will be able to. Yes, but I will make the presentation short, but what I can make short is actually the video of what we do. This will actually help our people to understand that it's not about the land. And like I said, it's not about hard work. It's about working hard strategically. Because our forefathers, you didn't work harder than them. But we have to work as smart farmers. But the fact that we're educated, we have to work smart. And when we work smart, definitely, there's so much money to be made in agriculture. The awareness is very, very high. And with the kind of TV population we have here, land is not an excuse. That we don't have land is not an excuse. Please play the video first. So just a short video of what CSS is all about. So let's just watch it. Thank you.
Abuja, thank you. Yes, it's a long point. provide excellent ecosystem of business trust to create innovative technology and sustainable farming.
Creativity is our life. We believe that if you want to do it must die behind. Your character defines the business. The integrity defines the business. Commitment is a business. How far you can go your way. In the consciousness to ensure it goes with gratitude to become the way.
Thank you very much. That's a short video of CSS Global Integrated Farms. Now, we're not just a farm, we have a demonstration farm and we train youths on hands, practical. We're not just doing theory. Apart from the theory, which we get all the best professors in those fields to come and lecture the students, we have a demonstration farm where you go, all that you have learned, theoretically, you practice it. Now, because a lot of people have spoken, I'll just go straight to one or two points. I'm not going to repeat all that I have said, but I want to really help our youths to talk to them about empowerment through agriculture. And even those who are not youths, the earlier you come into agriculture, the better, because that is the way to go. That is the future. And like I said, land will not and cannot stop you. Why were we doing land rotation? Because we don't have land. Our land is poor, very acidic. But then there are crops that grow very well in acidic soil. What do we do about them? Then aside you not being a farmer, you can decide not to own a single farm and still be in agribusiness. So that's where the value chain and value addition comes in. So you can just stand at the point in the chain and now decide that all I'm going to be doing is value addition. In other words, when all the farmers have done their cultivation, their planting and everything, you wait during harvest.
The event came to an end after the speakers had their say with the interview of key holders of the MPR organization.
My name is Professor Onyonyo Mbaise. I am the chairman of the Mbaise Policy Roundtable. Mbaise Policy Roundtable is the largest policy-making body. We also serve as an advisory council on programs that benefit this particular area. We also try to leverage our relationship with international partners, private organizations to bring programs in general. Now, the event we're doing today is on agriculture as a pathway to empowering our youths and also to mitigate against insecurity in our communities. The purpose of doing this is because we came to the realization that what built the Mbaise that we know today, that has developed the human capacity that we are today, were all prefaced on agriculture. It was the agricultural background that helped build all the sustaining structures that we have in Mbaise today, be them secondary school, be them churches, be them hospitals. Those that our forefathers built are still around. Unfortunately, those of us who went through those institutions, who now make a whole lot more money than our forefathers did, can now not even sustain those infrastructures or those structures that were built from the proceeds of agriculture. So in our own assessment and evaluation, we believe that the reason why we, even with our individual or collective wealth, we have not been able to sustain the institutions left for us by our forebears is because we have lost touch with the land. And we now have decided that the best way of sustaining our community, improving a lot, is for us to go back to land. We believe that from all the evaluations we've made, all the research we've made, the resources are there for us to take agriculture from subsistence agriculture to mechanized agriculture and eventually fast track the development of Mbaise into a first world nation. So we hope that after this conference, we'll be able to begin to put the infrastructures in place to enable us now begin to gain actual practical gains from the outcome of this conference.
Thank you very much.
My name is Professor Viola, Dr. Mbaise, former Minister of Finance, Minister of State Education, and former State Commissioner for Education. We are here at Chris 6 Hotel in Mbaise to talk about the future of the Mbaise nation in the area of agriculture. The Mbaise Policy Roundtable, a non-governmental organization of the Mbaise people, set up this event for us to brainstorm and harness knowledge from different people about how to go about using agriculture as a strategy for empowering young people, for curbing insecurity, and for development of the Mbaise nation. Different people have spoken and we are still here. I had also talked about my own financing of agriculture, the steadfastness and resilience of young people, and the idea of getting busy so that they run away from drugs and drug abuse. We also talked about establishing institutions that help train people in modern technologies and techniques of agriculture. University of Agriculture institutes that can take care of agriculture and agricultural processing and so on and so forth. So different people have also spoken about the different stages people can go through. The CSS, the Farm in Nassau State, that has been training young people, owned by our own brother, John Kennedy. The CSS has spoken today, and they've revealed to us all areas of training they can take people through. And so we're now tidy up to decide on the next step. But honestly, we're very grateful to MPR for their chairman, Professor Edia Parojo, who by the grace of God is a leader and a brother. Very proud of him, proud the son of the Mbaise nation, who is passionate about developing our people, developing our young people, and developing Mbaise. Of course, this country and the world at large. So I'm grateful to the MPR General, Dr. Hamatu, and all the rest of them for this wonderful Christmas, or is it New Year gift?
It was a rich event, informative and educative content, instructive as well as motivational, featuring youth orientation, capacity building and intellectual empowerment in one breath, with agriculture as a focal point. I am glad to have attended and participated. I now have a renewed mindset towards agriculture, even though there is still plenty of room for training and development. From the stable of Onyonyo Mbaise, we appreciate Mbaise Policy Roundtable, MPR, for this wonderful and resourceful initiative, while congratulating them on the success of the summit. Yagazie, Mbaise Maranyema.